You know, I really have to ask what you people are doing with your respective lives. When no one sent me any emails about the return of French Toast Crunch. Yes, I was just walking down the aisle of the local grocery store and I saw this on store shelves and I almost had a brain aneurysm. For a moment I thought I had kind of fallen back in time. I kind of went into a coma or something because last time I saw French Toast Crunch, I believe it was during the Clinton administration. So clearly it's not the Clinton administration today. So what is this doing on store shelves? Well, as it turns out, it's actually a relaunch spurred by public demand. And I figured, why not? This is a special edition video. We're actually doing two. One to look at the aesthetics of the box, and another one to actually look at the product itself, see if it is as good as remembered. So anyway, for those of you not in the know, French Toast Crunch is obviously a variation in the assorted Cinnamon Toast Crunch family. And of course, the gimmick, as you can no doubt see for yourself, is the fact that it tastes like milky, eggy toast. So anyway, everybody demanded for it. They were selling it exclusively on Amazon for a while, and now it's completely on store shelves because you know what? Our generation has our priorities straight. We're not fighting world hunger. We're not fighting against discrimination. We're fighting to get our darn nostalgic cereals back, and I, for one, am a proud member of this generation. Well, anyway, I'll just kind of give you an overview of the box here. You got that stuff here pimping the other Crunch family. But I mean, really, the big allure here of this product would be the back packaging here, which is just all sorts of 90s nostalgia. And you have a quiz here talking about all the really typical things that people who grew up in the 2000s have no recollections of the 90s. So it's sort of a romanticized ideal of the 90s. But the cinema is also kind of a millennial catering product, so I don't know, it's just instant nostalgia with, guys watching VHS tapes and PlayStation controllers, apparently. And people saying nut, because if I recall anything from the 1990s, it's people just randomly saying nut a lot. So anyway, what are some things that reek of the 90s, according to General Mills makes this? Okay, yeah, they do. Alright, well, if you played video games at home more than the arcade, well, if you even know what an arcade is, you have to be a child of the 90s. If you ever frosted your hair, you're probably a member of the 1990s. That's also kind of true for the early 2000s, during the NSYNC heyday. Well, if you knew the Macarena dance by heart, well, that would clearly make you a 1990s person. Oh, if you ever wore your clothes baggy or backwards, oh, how about that? A reference to crisscross on cereal. Not exactly something I thought I'd be seeing this day and age. Let's what else. If you were gasping under $1, I vaguely recall that. If you thought people talked to the hand, okay. If you tight rolled your jeans. Apparently, the only thing that happened in the 90s was fashion and pop culture. Yeah, nothing about Jeffrey Dahmer and the Rwandan genocide and NAFTA. This is what's important. The fact that you occasionally throw out the word not at the end of every sentence. This is the idealized version of the 90s in edible form, and I, for one, support it. I support its inaccuracies, I support its bold reductionism, and I support the fact that, hey, we did something right as a culture because we have French Toast Crunch Pack. And one last thing here at the bottom, we're doing the little store chart here, or score chart. So if you got 12 or more, you are totally from the 90s. And if you got 7 or fewer, you should not go there. And of course, you can go on the Twitter, hashtag 90s flashback, to post pictures of Somalia, all the people in the concentration camps over there starving, and the Oklahoma City bombing. All the things that's made the 90s so magical and whimsical. So anyway, that is the new French Toast Crunch aesthetics. But what about the product itself? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in our next video, we're actually giving this thing a taste test. And so grab your portable CD player and your Sega Genesis controller. It's time to go back to the romanticized, idealized version of the 1990s.